All right, we are working through the director's concept notes today. So go ahead and open up your notes, follow along with me, and if you need to pause at any time, you can do that. All right, so we're talking about the director's concept, and we're going to put on our director's hat. So we were dramaturge last time, and now we are the director. You're going to analyze The Little Mermaid and incorporate your impressions into a directorial concept. The concept should be your point of view or take of the story. It should be original and creative, sparked by inspiration from the story's themes, as well as your research and your own imagination. So here's our notes for today. Before any production comes together to work on a play, the director first reads the play, analyzes it, determines major themes and messages, and then designs a concept that carries into the designs. And so you should have already read The Little Mermaid, analyzed it with your research, and started to determine some major themes. We're going to get into our design concepts the next few days. So what is the major theme of The Little Mermaid? Maybe it has to do with alienation, unrequited love, isolation. So I want you to pause and take a moment to think about, what do you believe the message of The Little Mermaid is? There is no right or wrong answer. Remember, this is your vision, and you can pause this video and take notes in your handout. So your director's concept is your vision for the play, how it will look and feel on stage. So you're bringing the world to life on stage through your design concept. There are three pillars to our design concept: the spine, dramatic metaphor, and the design itself. And it informs the designers the direction that they will take with their original design. So where do we start? Well, we're going to start with the spine of the play, and this, you can take notes in your handout, is the through line. It's the thread that pulls the play together and unifies the play's message. It literally is a one statement summary of the play's theme. It's going to give performance direction. It's going to be linked to the theme. It's going to be expressed in an action verb, gives coherence to the piece, and provides a clear motivation for your actors or your characters. So if we take a look in our handout, and we know the story, hopefully, of Romeo and Juliet, it's of two star-crossed lovers who cannot be together. So if we think of an action verb that really motivates them, it's probably to persevere. They are pushing through and persevering in the midst of their parents' disapproval. And so I wrote in your handout, the statement would be that star-crossed lovers will fight against all odds, even death, to be together. Another example I provided for you was Beauty and the Beast. So maybe you're familiar with this story. It's a story where our message could be that a beauty and a beast learn there is more to a person than appearances, and our action verb would be to accept. Also in your handout, as an example, is Alice in Wonderland. The spine statement could be life through a child's eyes is innocent, carefree, bizarre, and chaotic. And our action verb would be to explore. So you're going to take some time in your handout to think about what motivates our characters in The Little Mermaid to act or to do. What would be an appropriate spine statement? And what action verb ties into that spine statement? And one other thing I'm going to do that might be able to help you out, give you a full picture, is this is what the project looks like in completion. We studied Hairspray this school year, right, in theater elective. And the spine of the play, one student said, was to despise. And they focused on, we hate the things we see in ourselves. And so what you're doing for this project, focusing on The Little Mermaid, is coming up with a statement of what the play is about. Maybe isolation, alienation, unrequited love, anything that you believe. And then you're finding an action verb that ties it together. And in your Google Slides, you're going to provide evidence from the story, The Little Mermaid. The last thing you're going to do for this project is the dramatic metaphor, where you're going to sketch an original piece of artwork that's going to tie the statement together with your overall vision. And so I'm providing this student exemplar in here, so you could go back, rewind, and pause and kind of read through it when it comes time for you to work on your Google Slides. So this is a great chance to pause and to work through the spine of the play and to get back into your handout. And when you're ready to move on, we'll talk about the dramatic metaphor. Now for the dramatic metaphor, you are going to, as the director, think about an image that drives the spine of your play. So for example, if I want to create this feeling of being scared or something's dangerous, I'm afraid, I might put an image of a spider in there, because most of us might be afraid of a spider. Or if you want to do the complete opposite and create this calming, peaceful environment, you might create something like the sunrise as your image or object. So as you're working through your handout, you're thinking of an image that ties into the Little Mermaid, that kind of sets the tone and the mood. How do you want us to feel when we think about your vision for the Little Mermaid play? Are we feeling isolated along with her? Are we feeling a sense of loss, that unrequited love, some alienation? Make sure your picture represents that. And what's going to be also important is choosing two colors that are going to help tell your story. So colors have a lot of meaning. Here's a color chart for you also in your handout to look through. What is your character feeling, and how do the colors help create that mood? So for example, in your handout, I provided this image of a Little Mermaid, and the colors that I see are kind of this green, I see blues, maybe some yellows or golden color, and that green could represent her jealousy of her sisters in the beginning of the story. The yellow might represent the fact that she's a child and is so naive and has no idea of the world around her. And that blue in the ocean could represent this stability that she doesn't even realize is there for her in the ocean. The objects that we see might be her sitting on the boat. She's also still touching the water. She's between two worlds. And the look on her face is one of this dreamlike, like she doesn't want to be where she is. She wants to be somewhere else. And so you are being charged to draw an original piece that represents your vision and the world of the Little Mermaid. So you're going to spend some time with a piece of paper and a pencil. Hopefully you can find some colored pencils there on campus as well, creating a picture that represents the world of the play, The Little Mermaid, for you. And it needs to tie into your spine and action verb. And so if you go back to your handout, you should have already completed the spine statement. Then when you're finished with your artwork, you're going to insert it here into your Google Slides. And then you're going to talk to me about what you drew, why you drew it, and evidence from the story, The Little Mermaid. All right, have fun. I hope you enjoy doing this original piece.